The Las Vegas Aces, champions icons, a team that seemed like they were on top of the world, now look like they're in the middle of a classic sports implosion. It's the kind of unexpected twist that leaves fans scratching their heads and analysts chugging coffee. The Aces, with a solid, record-breaking season behind them, started to unravel in a way that feels like one of those wild Vegas magic shows, except nobody can explain how the tricks are done, and nobody's sure if the show is over. This time, it's not a matter of winning or losing a game. It's about how the heart of a team could suddenly fall apart, with players filing out faster than tourists cashing out on a bad streak at the blackjack tables. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Everything about the Aces has always been larger than life. They strutted onto the court with the confidence of high rollers, a sense that they were built to dominate, to win and keep winning. The team's unique chemistry and style of play set them apart, with players showcasing skills that combined finesse with intensity. Fans loved them because they seemed unshakable, like the neon lights of the Strip. Then, like a poorly shuffled deck, the exit doors swung open. One by one, key players left, citing reasons ranging from career shifts to personal tensions, but the details remain as murky as a late-night poker game. For a team that once appeared so tight-knit, so synchronized, it's hard to believe they could splinter so quickly and, frankly, so chaotically. Some fans are left scratching their heads, while others are seeing shades of drama that feel more fitting for reality TV than the court. Of course, professional sports always have their share of backstage tension, but for a team to crack at the height of success, with players exiting in almost synchronized disarray, it brings up questions about what really goes on in the locker room. While speculation swirls, some point fingers at coaching, management, or even the high demands placed on players. Yet others simply watch, wondering if maybe it was just a matter of mismatched personalities, or that the highs of success couldn't outlast the tensions simmering under the surface. In the middle of all this, we have Caitlin Clark. Now, Clark isn't a Las Vegas ace, at least not directly, but in the world of basketball, her presence casts a long shadow. She's a player that people keep their eyes on, both because of her undeniable skill and the way she plays the game with a ferocity and finesse that draw fans like moths to a flame. When the Aces began to falter, there were whispers, rumors swirling about whether Clark might be a key to the team's future, or she'd somehow be connected to the rebuilding that seemed inevitable. Clark's involvement in any future team dynamic raises eyebrows, with fans and analysts weighing in on whether her style and demeanor would fit or clash with the Aces' way of playing. Clark brings an entirely different energy to the court, sharp, intense, and confident. She's the kind of player who doesn't just dribble down the court, she commands it. She doesn't hide behind modesty or the just here to help the team cliches. She's unapologetically competitive, and her moves are as precise as they are dramatic. Defending her place and style in the basketball world feels like defending the very essence of what makes the game thrilling to watch. Her fans rally behind her fiercely, insisting that she's precisely what the Aces need. Someone who would push boundaries, who wouldn't flinch under pressure, and who would potentially shake up the team dynamic in a way that might just be the glue holding them together. While some argue that Clark's style might be too intense, that her approach might upset whatever delicate balance remains in the Aces' ranks, others see it differently. They see Clark as the necessary spark in a team that's already smoldering. The idea of her joining the Aces brings excitement and even a bit of humor to an otherwise tense situation. Imagine Clark strolling into a locker room already buzzing with tension and just saying, "Let's get to work." There's something compelling about her unbending confidence and the idea that if the Aces really are crumbling, she might just be the one to step over the rubble and help them build something new. Yet the implosion of the Aces isn't just about big names or headline players. It's about how the culture of a team can sometimes become its greatest obstacle. There's an old saying that winning cures everything. That doesn't seem to hold up in this case. Despite their victories, the Aces' foundation showed cracks. The culture that seemed so solid turned out to be as fragile as a house of cards. This team, which once seemed like a perfect balance of skill and personality, is now being scrutinized for what went wrong beneath the surface. Were they too competitive for their own good? Were the demands of being the best simply too high? Or did the individual personalities just clash, leaving no room for a harmonious team dynamic? This whole situation has fans spinning theories, and you can almost imagine the message boards lighting up with debates that range from the serious to the downright ridiculous. Some fans point to coaching decisions, others to management, and a handful even argue that the team's flashy, in-your-face branding created an atmosphere of relentless pressure. But if you ask the die-hard supporters, they'll tell you the Aces were and are a force, a team that just needs a little reconfiguration. They're confident that the right players will come back, that the departures will somehow add up to a stronger comeback. There's a sense that maybe, just maybe, all these exits were a setup for something new, a reshuffling of the deck that could give the Aces a second chance to solidify their status. Amid all this, the idea of Clark joining the Aces remains a tantalizing possibility. Her entrance would be anything but subtle. She'd bring a new level of intensity, perhaps a touch of unpredictability, and certainly an edge that could either fuse the team back together or add fuel to the fire. Defending Clark isn't just about backing her skills. It's about embracing a player who doesn't fit the mold, who won't tone it down just to keep everyone comfortable. Clark's assertiveness, her ability to read the court and make split-second decisions, would be an asset to any team, and some believe she could bring the grit that the Aces need now more than ever. Still, with Clark or without her, the Aces find themselves at a crossroads. As players file out and the roster looks less and less familiar, the question of rebuilding becomes inevitable. For fans, this feels like watching their favorite show with half the cast missing, and the plot veering into unpredictable territory. Some hold out hope for a miraculous turnaround, the kind of story that sports movies are made of, where the underdogs, or in this case, the fallen champions, find their way back to the top. But hope, as always, is tempered by the reality that success at this level is never guaranteed, especially when a team has taken such a sudden hit to its core. With or without Clark's influence, the Aces next season is shaping up to be a wild ride. The team has to rethink, reshuffle, and possibly even redefine itself in the face of mounting challenges. Whether they'll embrace a new strategy, bring in new faces, or attempt to rebuild the bonds that seem to snap, one thing's for sure. Fans are watching closely, and everyone's waiting to see who steps up, who steps out, and who will be left standing when the dust settles. The Aces, for all their past success, have found themselves in a new game, one where reputation means little, and the stakes are higher than ever. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.